Thank you, Mr. Leroux.
Thank you, my Lord. Today then, on the 31st of July 2026, in Court 4F, in case number SS 98 of 2025, the witness, Captain Sekubela, is still under oath in the trial within the trial, my Lord. Oh yes, and the other thing is, my Lord, before we continue with this witness, is the next witness that the state intends to call today is Captain Tutsetsi, and he requested me to direct a request to this court, just from a human perspective, that he has to attend the funeral of a family member this weekend. So twofold. He says his mind is preoccupied by this funeral, but also we all know that KZN is a far away from here, and he
I suppose he's travelling out to the north.
Yes, my Lord, that is correct. So and he was hoping to leave early today with his family to attend this family obligation. So I've canvassed it with my learned friends, and I don't think we can really deny him this opportunity.
I'm just thinking aloud, can we perhaps maybe then see how far we get with this witness? Let's finish him and then we can make the assessment. What do you think?
Yes, my Lord.
Or do you think that you rather want to just call him next week? It may be better.
I was hoping to call him on Monday, my Lord.
Yeah. Mr. Kekana?
I've already discussed this issue with my little friend, and I do not see any basis on which, on behalf of accused number one, that we can oppose this request.
Yeah. Mr. Kruger, would you have any objection perhaps if we try and wrap up the evidence of this witness, and on humanitarian grounds we allow the next witness to maybe travel out to attend the funeral?
We are in your Lordship's hands, but there is no specific objection.
Thank you. Ms. van der Heever, ma'am?
My Lord, can I ask that my attorney just take instructions? We are creatures of instructions, so
No
thank you, my
problem.
Lord.
Let Mr. Marulete speak to cover accused number 3 and 4. Thank you.
My Lord, we have got no objection to this point. I just, however, again wish to reiterate, and that was relayed to me yesterday by my client, that we do endeavour to utilise as much court's time as possible in this matter. May it please the court.
Thank you so much. At the commencement of the proceedings today in case number 98/2025 in S versus Musa Kekana et al., counsel for the state, Mr. Leroux, has informed this court that the next witness that she intends calling after Captain Sekubela is one Captain Tutsetsi. However, she has advised and informed this court that the witness has got a challenge. Despite the fact that he is here today, he has to attend the funeral of a close family member, and which necessitates him to travel a long distance in order to attend the funeral. It is generally common cause, well, I shouldn't say common cause, it's generally common knowledge that funerals are generally held on a Saturday morning, and because the witness has to travel a long distance, he has requested this court to kindly consider excusing him from attendance today, and that he will then return early or on Monday to continue with his to commence and continue with his evidence. Sensibly so, the application is not opposed by any of the accused persons, and in the circumstances, having carefully considered what would be proper in the circumstances, having balanced the interests of justice, the right of the accused to a fair trial, but also to indicate that that right also not only accrues to the accused, but also accrues to the state witnesses. In the circumstances, the application for Captain Tutsetsi to be excused from attendance today is hereby granted. Thank you.
I am much indebted to the court. Thank you so much.
You'll advise him that he should be here on Monday.
Yes, Mama.
Thank you. And the second,
Lord, might I just approach my time?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Hassan, you flying solo today?
My Lord, yes, my apologies for not bringing it to your attention. My instructing attorney will arrive probably in the next 30 minutes or so.
No problem at all.
Thank you, my Lord.
Good. Captain Sekobela, do you confirm, sir, that you are still under your former oath to speak the truth?
Captain Sekobela, o a dumela hore santse le ka fatshe ga kana gore o bolele nnete?
Go bjalo.
Yes, my lord, I do confirm.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hassan.
Thank you, my Lord. My Lord, yesterday I referred to the first appearance of accused number 1 in the Vereniging Magistrates Court, and I've also discussed it with my little friend for the state. I would humbly request the Honourable Court to accept an extract from the relevant J50 into evidence, and I believe that if it pleases your Lordship, it would be Exhibit P.
Can you take a look 1 second? This is just let me mark it.
Perhaps I can just place on record the dates reflected on the J15 extract submitted into evidence. It's the 19th of April 2024. Then there's a medical certificate attached, made out in the name of Musa Kekana. The appearance on the 22nd of April 2024, as well as the 30th of April 2024, as well as the 8th of May 2024, as it pleases your Lordship.
Just bear with me for a second. Thank you. The extract of the J15 with RC 39/24 is accepted onto the record as Exhibit P for Peter. Thank you, Mr. President.
As the court pleases, thank you, my Lord. I have no further questions for the witness.
Thank you. Any cross-examination by accused number 2?
May it please the court, my lord, just one or two aspects that I require clarity on. Good morning, Captain.
Thank you.
Dumela, Captain.
Morning.
Morning.
I understand your evidence to be that it's approximately 9 o'clock in the morning that you apprehended accused number 1 amongst others. Is that correct?
Captain, ka tsela e ke utlwisang ka yona botlhatsi ba gago o re wena ne ile ka bo ma 9 mo hane o swara gona mo gananelwa wa mathomo go jwa.
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
And
Sorry, Mr. Kopier, just one moment. Mr. Kopier, one moment. Okay.
that yourself, Lidwabe, and Musa Kekana remained at 5th Road after your arrival there from 8th Street?
Gabe ke nnete gape gore ke botlhatsi ba gago gore wena Ledwaba le Masekameng le ile la sala ko isining ele ya ko 5th Road ha ne le fitlha le tswa ko 8th Road.
Go bjalo.
That is correct?
Did any of the three of you that went to 5th Road, number 34, 5th Road Q, leave from that scene during the day, prior to the ambulance arriving?
E ka ba gona le o mongwe wa lona kana go ene le mo sining ko number 34 5th Road ko Q o ileng a tloga sining pele go gore ambulance e fitlhe mole? No.
I understand your evidence to be that there were 5 more TRT members who were at the scene at 8th Road. Did they remain there?
Ke ile ka tlhaloganya ha gore wena go fitlhile maloko a mang gape a TRT I5 ko sining ko 8th Road a ile a dula mo sining.
Go na le mobile go batla ba re joina ka kwa number 34 5th Road.
There is a stage where they came to join us at the scene at number 34 5th Road Q.
And are you able to give a court an indication of approximately what time that was?
Wa gona hlalosetsa court or o naganele gore nako ne ile nako mang ha ne ba tla ba tlo le joina ko 34 5th Road? No.
Ba bang ke ba bone ba setse ba le gona mo sining here.
Some of them are only noticed when they were already at the scene.
Ba thusha ka go barricade gore batho ba ska tsena ka mogare ga scene.
And they were assisting with cordoning off the scene for people not to come into the scene.
Do you know whether that was prior or after the ambulance arrived?
E ka ba wa tseba gore nako eo ke nako pele go gore ambulance e fitlhe or moraga gore ambulance se e fitlhile?
Ba bang ke ba notice before ambulance e fitlhe.
Some I noticed before the ambulance arrived.
Did you at any stage leave from number 34 5th Road Q during the search and seizure that was taking place?
Gona le nako mo wena o ile a tloga go number 34 5th Road ko Q ka nako ena santsana le searcha le nka se tse le dinkang ya ka bohlatsi? No.
Were you at any stage on this particular day present where accused number 2 was arrested?
Gona le nako mo wena bo le gona ka nako mogananelo wa bobedi na swariwa ka lona tsatsi leo?
Azange kaya ke boletse le batho ba mo tshwereng fela ka phone.
No, I did not go to where he was arrested. I spoke with the people that were arresting him over the phone.
So the engine block north on the R59, you were never there on that particular day, on the 17th of April?
Ele ka di 17 tsa April 2024 when I also ka wa fitla ko engine block ko R59?
Azange ke.
No.
And if anyone were to say that you were actually present during the search, that would not be correct.
Ha o ka ba le motho re wena bo le gona ga ne go searchiwa ka nako e tla be se nnete eo?
That is now at the engine at the R59.
Ha ho ka ba le motho re wena bo le gona ko engine ko R59 ga ne go searchiwa o tla ba bolela maka motho?
Tla ba bolela maka.
The person will be lying.
May I just approach accused number 2, my lord? Thank you, my lord. I have no further questions to this witness.
any cross-examination on behalf of accused number 3?
May it please court, my lord, I'm ready to commence my cross-examination. I'm going to ask for a very brief adjournment, 2 minutes. I'm busy finalizing a subpoena ducis tecum in respect of this trial within a trial, but to save maybe time and effort, we've decided that all the representatives would include the information in one ducis tecum. So I just want to liaise with my learned friends that they are happy with the content thereof, so that my attorney, Mr. Maruleke, can get it issued here at court and it can immediately be served by the sheriff.
Okay.
I literally need 2-3 minutes.
Okay, I don't think it's necessary for me then to adjourn. You're welcome to then have a discussion amongst yourself if you want. Okay.
My lord, it's on my computer. If
Yeah.
things needs to be changed.
Oh, you want to...
If your lordship, your chambers is just across the road. Maybe if you just give us a very brief adjournment.
No, it's not across the road, it's in this building.
Sorry, in this building, across the passageway.
Even
Please, my lord, I would like to inconvenience you to sit in the passage.
No problem at all. So I'll then grant you the indulgence and then you'll advise me when you're ready.
Yes.
Just 1 second. The accused may rise. Counsel for accused number 3 and 4 has informed this court that she requires a few moments in order to be able to finalize an administrative issue with her attorney and the remainder of the counsel in court, and has requested the matter stands down for that purpose. In the circumstances, the court is going to take a short adjournment in order to allow counsel for accused number 3 and 4 the opportunity to finalize her administrative issues. You, accused number 1, 2, and 3, you are in custody. You're going to remain in custody. 4 and 5, you're out on bail. The state witness, Captain Sokupela, you are also, we're going to take a short adjournment. We'll return as soon as counsel are ready. But please remember, you're not to discuss the nature of your evidence with anyone during this short adjournment, okay?
Captain Sokobela, re tlo nka breakinyana o sale ka fase ga kano ebile a santsane ba tlile go show kemedi ya bagananelo a o bolele le motho ka se se diragalang mo court gore ka bohlatsi ba gago and then ba tla o tsebisa o tshwanetse go tlo tswela pele. Understand, madam?
Thank you so much. The court will take a short adjournment.
All right.
Oh ja, ons moet nou vat.
Captain Sikobela, you are still under your former oath to speak the truth, sir.
Captain Sikobela, sale ka fase ga kana o tsale nnete.
Robert.
I just want to place on record that
Sorry, 1 second.
I just want to place on record that this was supposed to be a 3-minute adjournment according to the defense. And now it's almost an hour later. So the state feels that what rules apply for the state should also apply for the defense.
My Lord, with the greatest of respect, nobody's ever blamed the state for any delaying tactics or delaying the matter. I asked at 11, just before 11 we were ready to proceed, and I asked your Lordship's registrar for an extra literally 10 minutes, and we were ready within that 10 minutes to commence. I'm not going to place on record why, but it's... May I continue, my Lord?
Not yet. Whether you confirm that you are still under your former oath to speak the truth.
Captain Sikobela, wa dumela o santsane ka fase ga kana gore o bolelle nnete.
Robert.
Confirm, my Lord.
Thank you, my Lord. Captain, just to give you some guidance as to what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to deal with some of the objective facts that were established either in chief or through cross-examination, and I'm going to ask you to confirm or deny or agree or disagree with those facts.
Captain, gore ko bontsha gore ke tlo go dira eng nna gona nong ke tlo shebana le bohlatsi bo leng ba hlaya bo tshwaragang mo court wena ha ke bolela ka bona ha o dumelana le bona o tla bolela gore ke dumelana le bona ha eba o dumelana le bona o tla tshwarwa boganedi.
Okay, ke kwishisha.
Okay, understand?
I'm further going to, because of what His Lordship needs to decide, test what is called the jurisdictional facts that you relied on either for your arrest or for your search and seizure.
Gape gore ke gone gore ke thuse mhlomphegi mo le gore a gone o fitlhela mo judgmenting e right ke tlo gape ke bue ka ditaba tse ding tse sepelelang le jurisdiction ha ne o swara bao ba swereng.
Okay, ke kwishisha.
Understand?
And then there's some further facts that I need to ask you to establish them for purposes of again, His Lordship having to decide certain very pertinent and material issues in this matter.
Gape ke tlo batla go hwetsa gape di facts tse ding tse tswang go wena tse tlo thusang gape judge.
Let's start.
Kwishisha.
Understand?
Let's start with the facts as you conveyed it and as I understood it. You effected the arrest of accused 1 at 8th Road in Q, correct?
Ara simole ka di fake ya ka nna ke di utlwisisa ke o re wena o ile wa swara mogananelo wa mathomo go 8th Road go jwalo.
Go jwalo.
Correct?
It was the arrest. Nobody told you to arrest the accused. You made the decision to effect the arrest of the accused at that point, correct?
And hane o mo swara gona motho o boleletseng gore o mo sware wena o ilang ka decision ya go mo swara go jwana
Go bjalo.
that is correct.
And you spent some time there at 8th Road with the accused and Mr. Tau, as well as the third person, Mr. Matlala, correct?
O nkile nakonyana o le ko 8th Road e le wena le Tau le Matlou go jwana
Go bjalo.
Correct. And we also know for a fact that at 8th Road, you also effected an arrest of Mr. Tau, as well as this Mr. Matlala, correct?
gape ko 8th Road o ile a swara gape Tau le Matlou go jwana
Aowa.
no.
A ke tsebe gore ke santse o e tlhaloša kana o rile ke re yes or no.
Not sure if I should explain because you said I must say yes or no.
So if you want to explain, please do so.
How hloko hlalosa kana hlalosa.
Mr. Matlou a ra mo tshwara. Ne re mo restrain fela re metse verification gore le ena na na le bona mo koloi.
Mr. Matlou was not arrested. He was restrained only, and we were waiting for verification if he was also involved or not, and then we let him go.
In other words, you didn't effect an arrest. In Lord's Court, you detained him, correct?
Bjale ka ntho a mang ga o mo swara mara o ile wa mo kwalla ka lefoko la lesebedisitseng.
Aowa ke mo restrainile.
No, I restrained him.
Also, I would like you to just, for my benefit, explain to me under which provisions in the Criminal Procedure Act that you, as you call it, you restrained him. Where do I find in the Criminal Procedure Act that you can restrain somebody? And I'm dealing with the word restrain.
Gopela gore o ntlhalosetse ka section e leng ka fase ga Criminal Procedure Act gore ke kae mo ba hlalosang gore motho o wa mo restraina.
Nna ke tlhaloša restrain ke gore re le ra mo tsenya di handcuff for nako eo ge re fetšo ba setša go make sure ya gore re safe rena around bona.
My explanation of restraint is we put handcuffs on them and we search them to make sure that we are safe on our side.
Especially ka morago ga gore ne re tseba gore ke di suspect tša crime is serious.
Especially after knowing that they were suspect in a serious crime.
Mara ka morago ra go verify gore Mr. Matlou o tswile mo jareteng ela vitlas ne pakile gona re le ra tloša di handcuff.
But after verifying that Mr. Matlou came out of the premises or the yard where the V-Class was parked, we then let him go or released him.
Re tlositše di handcuff.
We removed the handcuffs.
So just for me to understand the point that you are making right now. Well, let me ask you, because you've used the word suspect in this long explanation that you've just given to the court. You're entitled, you said, where a crime is serious, to restrain somebody. Was he a suspect, yes or no?
Mo tlhalosong ya gago o ila šomiša lentswe le le reng mogananelwa ga ngata-ngata yaanong wa re wena o ile wa mo restraina gobane go na le molato o serious o diragetseng nna le moganonelwa le ena gobana se moganonelwa.
Sorry, Counsel, when you say he, who are you referring to?
We're speaking about Matlala at this point, my lord. Was Mr. Matlala a suspect, yes or no?
Matlo, Nelly Morananelo, suspect as Lisemani,
awa
Obanesion.
sorry.
No.
Because on your version, you verified that he wasn't involved, as you call it, in this very serious crime because you were told he came out of a yard there in 8th Road, correct?
Gobane ka ona mantswe a gago wena o ra ile la molokolola gobane go ile go verify wa gore yena o tswile jarateng fela ka morago gore viano eme go jwalo
Go bjalo.
correct
Did you search him?
ila mo search
Go bjalo.
yes
Why?
gobane
Nako e re approacha V-class na eme mo gaufi le yona a bolela le bona.
at the time that we approached the V class he was standing outside of the V class conversing with the people that were inside.
So ne re sa tsebe gore ba ka ba gona le ntho ba mo tshwarishitšego yona or yena a tshwariša bona something.
So we didn't know if maybe there was something that they had handed over to him or he had something that he handed over to them.
Sir, we're going to get on much better if you listen to the question and try and keep your answers short. The question was simply, did you search him? And the answer is yes or no.
Well, the witness needs also the opportunity to explain. So to say that he must keep his answers short is unfair towards the witness.
Yes. The witness will be given the opportunity to explain himself. Thank you.
So you searched him. And you searched him, if I understand your answer correctly, to make sure that he didn't have anything in his possession that was involved in this very serious crime that you say you were investigating, correct?
Seo se bolela gore o ila mo searcha lebaka la gore o mo searche ko gore wena o kgonthishishe gore yena go na ntho a ne a iswere mo go yena e tseneletseng mo molato o serious gore o diragetse go jwalo
Ke tla itlhaloša gore lebaka la go setša motho pele ke tlo bolela le yena ke gore ke make sure ya gore nna ke safe na ana any weapon mo go yena.
and I would explain it in this way. A reason for searching a person is to make sure that I'm safe before having any further conversation with them.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Tell the court, why did you search him? Mr. Matlala.
A re bolelle so kgopela gore o bolele court gore gobaneng o ile a searcha matlong.
Ke fetšo araba ke setse ke e arabile mo court.
But I just answered you.
Just the counsel wants to know. Just give her the answer again.
Counsel o nyaka go tseba mo fa gape karabo eo ya gago.
Gore before ke tlo bolela le bona ke make sure gore ba tshwara any weapon le gore ke tla ba safe ge ke bolela le bona.
The reason for searching before I talk to them is to make sure that I'm safe. They do not have any weapons on them.
So please, can you deal with your answer vis-a-vis the question? The question is, why did you search Mr. Matlala? I've got no interest in anybody else. We're speaking about Mr. Matlala.
Karabo tsa gago a di bolele ka matlong fela gobane a ke batlo tseba ka batho ba ba bang. Putsho ya ka e ka matlong le karabo ya gago a di dilo ko matlong fela.
Setse ke e arabile.
I've already answered you.
Answer again.
No, the question is, counsel is distinguishing the search of Mr. Tao and accused number 1 from that of Mr. Matlala. So she wants to know, why did you search Mr. Matlala?
Ke re counsel jaanong o batla o aroganya search ya gago mo go number 1 le Tau. O batla o tseba gore go baneng wena o ila searcha matlong. Karabo ya gago tshwantse e o bolele ka matlong gore wena lebaka la gago la o searcha matlong ne ile eng.
Mr. Matlou na eme mo gaufi le V-class a communicate le batho ba ba leng ka mogare ga V-class. Nako e re approacha V-class na eme mo gaufi le bona. Re sa kgone go bona gore go na le ntho e ba neetsana go yona.
When we approached the V class, Mr. Matlou was standing next to the V class and we were unable to see if there was anything that they were exchanging between them.
Continue. Anything else?
Ukazola pelo?
and lebaka la gore le lengwe gape ke gore re make sure ya gore nako e re tlo bolela le ena a re mo tlogele a tshwere any weapon mo go ena.
Another reason is for searching is by the time that we talk to him, we need to make sure that we are safe. He has no weapons in his position.
Anything else vis-a-vis Mr. Matlala? Any other reasons why you searched him?
O gona le leng lebaka na le ntse go research Matlala.
Ntle le go la ke ya file go a go sana le le.
Besides the one that I've already given, there is no other reason.
Did you find anything that was exchanged between the people in the VW and him? Did you find any such an item on him?
Sorry, you're referring to a VW,
Sorry, the Vito.
the Viano.
Sorry, the Viano, yes. Sorry, my lord, you're correct, the Viano. Did you find anything in possession of Mr. Matlala that he got from the people in the Viano?
Gona le so le was khumana go Matlala sa se kgoditseng go tswa go batho ba leng ka gara Viana.
Awa ke ena ao ba tshwere rime a re na tlo ba fa rime.
No, he is the one that was in possession of a megrim, and he said he was going to give the megrim to them.
The answer is simply, I found nothing in his possession that he could have gotten from them. Did you find any objects in his possession that could compromise your safety?
Karabo e simple no tlo re awa a gona se ke se kgoditseng go o yena se tswang go batho ba leng ka gara Viana. Bjale karabe latelang go gore putshe latelang go gore gona le se o se kgoditseng go yena se na ka ba fa sona.
Kansela o santse o tsiba gore nna ke araba ke shumisha ya ka brain. That's why ke araba ka tsela e.
Council needs to remember that when I respond, I'm using my brain, hence I'm responding in this fashion.
So the question that council want to know is that, did you find any object? Now remember you just said, the question, answer earlier that you saw that he had a magnum in his possession. Now the next question that comes to you is that, did you find any object which could have compromised your safety? What is your answer?
Wa go bula wena o ile re mo karabong ya gago wa re a wa ke ena na swere megrimi fela ya no putso ya advocate e re gona le se o se kgoditseng mo go yena se ka beang bophelo ba gago mo kotsing.
Awa.
No.
And according to your evidence, very shortly thereafter, or approximately at the same time, you were informed he came out of a yard there on 8th Road. So at that point, the cuffs were removed and he was free to go. Correct.
Or gape wena has kamera gore le khumane verification gore yena o na tswa ka ntlo mo jarateng eo o ile ntsha di handcuff la molokolla a tsamaya.
Re mo lokoloche maro sal ra mo khopela gore kana re go krile o ime mo le bona ne re khopela go tšea statement sa gago.
Yes, we released him, but we also asked from him and said, because we found you in the company of these people, can you please wait? We need to take a statement from you.
The point I'm trying to make, sir, is for all intents and purposes, he was not involved in the crime. He had nothing in his possession from which you can draw an inference that he was involved in the crime, and he was basically, save for some statement you want to take from him, free to go. He was not a suspect at that point in anything whatsoever.
Ka boripana fela nna se ke lekang gore ke se khumane go gore a ke re yena na ise mo gana nelwa a gona se le se kgoditseng mo go yena ka mora gore le verify gore yena na tswa ntlong fela a tshwere megrimi a bolela le batho ba lona be se le fitla le le la montsha di hanka boy la molokolla a tsamaya fela.
Sorry, counsel, before the witness answers, can I just hear you? You say he was a suspect at that point. Can you just be a bit more clear at which point you're referring to?
My lord, we are dealing with with what transpired there, where he was restrained, as the witness said. Handcuffs were slapped on him. He was searched, and he was there after, very shortly after that, told that he came out of the yard. The restraints were removed, and he was basically free to go. It all happened there very quickly, at or near this Viano vehicle.
So can we take it that the reference is that he was a suspect at the time they arrived on the scene and they saw him standing next to the piano. Is that the point we're talking about?
So let's just move. I hear where your lordship maybe comes from. So the fact of the matter is, at the time Mr. Matlala was allowed, the restraint was removed from him. He was no more a suspect. You didn't suspect him of doing anything vis-a-vis either the people that were in the piano or the incident, the serious crime, correct?
Kano go nele lokola matlo le ntsha di hanga boy mo go yena na sa hlola ile mo gananelwa ka lebakeng la gore na imile batho ba lena ba le go yena ka viano ne ile ne itse mo gananelwa ha re mo lebantsha le molato o serious go diragetse go jwa
go bjalo.
that is correct.
Just to round this point off, you had no suspicion about him at that point. You also had no prima facie or suspicion pertaining to anything that he might have done vis-a-vis the incident, the serious crime that you referred to, correct?
Ka ntle le gore ne se mo gananelwa ka nako eo ne le sena gape bohlatsi bo ka leleme la molao ba reng le na le bohlatsi ba bo tshwaregang ka mafake gore o na le tseneletse mo molatong o le o serious o diragetseng.
Go bjalo.
Correct.
Now let's quickly deal with the other two gentlemen that you at that point arrested. We know you arrested them without a warrant of arrest, correct?
A re bolele ka ba babedi ba bang ba ba swareleng re a tseba gore o swere ba babedi o sena arrest warrant go jwa.
E bjalo.
That is correct.
And on your version, as confirmed on a number of occasions, you arrested them at that point there at 8th Road for murder and for firearms. Is that your evidence? Illegal firearms and ammunition.
Ibile o ile re wena ha ono o ba swara ba babedi go 8th Road molato ono ba swara la ona ke molato wa polao le molato wa go swara mo go bona dithunya ka ntle le molao go jwa.
No.
No.
Okay, why did you arrest them? Maybe, let me ask you. Tell the court, why did you arrest Tau and why did you arrest accused number 1 there on 8th Street?
Re go ba re hlalosetse gore go baneng o ile swara Tau and go baneng o ile swara number 1.
Ne re ba tshwarela meda ya ko Vereeniging.
We were arresting them for the murder that transpired in Vereeniging.
Charge ya dithunya e tsene ka morago ge di kreiwa ko gare ga I-20 go house number 34.
The firearm charge then came out later when the firearms
Ga di kreiga ko ntlong
when the firearms were discovered in the house.
le charge ya possession of robbed motor vehicle e dilo ge re fetso confirm gore koloi e na le case ya kosani site ya robbed from the owner.
And the charge for possession of a robbed motor vehicle was added later
So
when we found out that it had a case in Sunnyside.
So let's just contain ourselves now. You arrested Tau and accused number 1 on 8th Street for the murder in Vereeniging, correct?
Yale, gore wena o ile swara Tau le number 1 go 8th Street go molato wa polao e diragetseng Vereeniging. Go jwa.
E bjalo.
Correct?
And if I understood your evidence correctly, the first time you heard about the Vereeniging murder was when it was circulated on the police radio for everybody to hear, correct?
Hai ba ke bolele maka o ile wa re wena la mathomo o kwa ka polao ya Vereeniging ke nako eo e ne e circulate-iwa mo go radio ya lona ya mapodisi go jwa.
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
And unfortunately, for all of us, there's nothing before this court so that we know exactly what was said on that radio. Correct. There's no audio copy that was made, nothing.
ka madimabe mo court ha una proof e re nang le yona mo court e ne hlahisa complaint eo e tleng ya lona go radio ha una audio ha una next or utlwa re complaint be e reng ka polao ya Ferenare go jwa
go bjalo.
correct.
So for purposes of these proceedings, what you heard on the radio will constitute hearsay evidence, correct?
Go ya ka se re tsebang go ya ka molao le se wena o se buletseng se o se utlwileng ko radio mo court e tla ba bohlatsi ba mabarebare go jwa
A ke tsebe gore di-complaint tse di receive-ang ke radio control ya sephodisa e ba hearsay na, if ke hearsay then e bjalo.
I don't know if complaints that are received by the
Radio control.
radio control are hearsay evidence. If they are hearsay evidence, then you're correct.
So I think, so let me just move on to the main highlights. I want to go to the next step. When did you request somebody to come out to do a crime scene examination? Do you recall?
Wa gopola gore wena o ile a kenya koponeng ya motho gore a tle a tlo etsa exam ya crime scene.
A ke kwešiše councilor gore o ra di-member tša LCRC tše di tlang di attenda di-complain or ra eng.
I don't understand your question. Are you saying the LCRC team that comes and attend the scene or?
Yes, sir. When did you ask them to come and attend to the crime scene or crime scenes?
Oba kupile neng gore ba tle ba ga LCRC go singing or go singing?
A ba kgopela ke nna ba kgopetše ke Captain Tsotetse ke ena wa arrange.
I was not the one who arranged for them. Captain Tsotetse is the one that arranged.
My lord of the court will just be able to. Now, it's a fact, sir, that place where the Viano stopped and where you arrested accused 1 and Mr. Tau became a crime scene, correct? On 8th Road.
Kente eleng gona eleng nnete gore lefelo le o ile wa swara gona number 1 le Tau ya ba crime scene to 8th Road go jwa
Go bjalo.
correct?
Why, sir?
Hobaneng?
Ge maphodisa a kry-a selo se ba dumelang gore a se mo molaong ka mogare ga koloi ba e secure re bitša e ba crime scene ba e secure ba bitša batho ba ba relevant ba tlo e attend.
When police find an item that is unlawful in a certain place, that place is secured and we call it a crime scene.
That's what sir, please, I'm going to ask you in your answers, and I'm not here to dictate how you should give your answers, but it will go much faster if you listen to my questions and your answers relate to the questions. I'm not interested in what the police do every day or their general thought processes or how they would act normally. My question is, why did the Viano and 8th Road become a crime scene?
Counsel, can I just hear you? Your preceding question, you put to the witness that the place where the Viano stopped and you arrested Mr. Tau and accused number 1 became a crime scene. Am I correct? So you put to him that became a crime
Yes.
scene.
And the
Now
question
you're
is
asking
why?
him- now you're asking him, why did it become a crime
Yes.
scene? So now he's explaining it to you.
No, but he gave a very general answer with the case. He
But
says
you-
police,
yes, but
when
you
they
can-
find an item. So I'm asking him to focus on this particular. He must tell me, that place became a crime scene because of A, B, C, and D. And that's simply all I'm asking.
If you are dissatisfied with the response of the witness, then you must continue with clarifying questions so that he understands it. But I don't think it's fair to continually interrupt the witness whilst he's responding.
But note, I didn't interrupt him. I waited for his question to be finished, and then I said to him not to answer in general terms, the police this and the police that. I'm asking him about this specific crime scene.
If you-
But I will rephrase I will re-put the question.
Please, that would be
Sir,
very kind.
I want the facts that made you turn that place on 8th Road and the Viano in a crime scene. What crime was committed there?
Mohlompe, kgopela gore ha o araba potso tsa ka o arabe ka ntho e re bolelang ka yona o se ka generalize gore motho a dira jwang. Nna ke nyaka go tseba gore mo le kgoditseng gona Viano le ba babedi ka gara Viano gobaneng lefelo leo ile a ba crime scene.
ke ka baka la dilo tse ba di kry-ileng ka mo gare ga Viano.
It is because of the items that were discovered inside the Viano.
ke a gopola earlier court ile yang kgopela gore ke se ka di-mentiona ka maina, so a ke tsebe gore councilor gona bjalo di nyaka ka maina.
I can recall earlier on I was asked not to mention those things, so I don't know if now council want me to mention them.
No, so your answer is simply, you say there were items discovered in this Viano that made that area, including the Viano, a crime scene. Is this your answer?
I want from here, Mara Posto or Wena, on a lady, they lit up on your Gagara Viano, they and some scene Euli Viano, even crime scene. Can
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
So am I then to understand from your answer that whilst you were there at 8th Road, before you moved away from there was a search conducted at 8th Road?
Yale, Hoyaga Carabao or Renakana go Eonoli go 8th road, Bill Howard go 8th road. Wile was said she were. When I lost said she were, boy,
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
And that search was of what exactly?
Hanele searcha eng.
Seditše accused number 1 Mr. Tau and Mr. Matlala wa searchiwa le koloi.
Searched accused number 1, Mr. Dau and Mr. Matlala, and the vehicle was also searched.
Now let's just establish the following. That Viano was not a stolen vehicle, correct?
Vianuela, Nesi Koloi Ewu.
Go bjalo.
Correct.
At the time you approached the vehicle, you ordered the 2 occupants to get out, correct?
Kana go lona le fitla ka gara mo go Viano be ile gona le la gopela batho ba na ba le ka gara koloi gore ba tswe. Go jwa.
Aowa re thomile ka ba gopela gore ba imiše matsogo re kgone go bona matsogo a bona, then instruction ya go latela gore ba tswe ka gare ga koloi.
No, the first instruction was for them to raise their hands to where we can see them, and then when they did, that's when we asked them to disembark their vehicle.
Correct. Now, it's also a fact that this Viano was neither spotted nor involved in the crime scene in Vereniging, or the crime that was committed in Vereniging, correct?
se seng gape ke gore yona e viano a se yona a ya boniwa ebile ha ya tsenella mo molatong o diragetseng go Vereeniging go jwalo
go bjalo.
correct.
Now let's quickly go back to the arrest. I want you to explain to me the jurisdictional requirements you relied on in order to affect, first of all, accused number one. I want to break them down, accused by accused.
Anong ke gopela gore o nhlalosetse gore dintho tse hlokagalang go ya ka jurisdiction ha ne le swara mogananelwa ke tla lo ya ka one by one ke a re thome ka number 1 ha le swara number 1.
Okay, Teddy.
Okay, I'm listening.
I said to you to explain to us the jurisdictional requirements that you used to affect the arrest of accused number one.
Ke tse go nna hlalosa di requirements tseo ha o tso le wa di sebedisa ha no swara number 1.
Ke gore I-20 e ba ipakileng ko house number 34 ke yona e reportileng gore e berekisitswe ko Vereeniging.
That's the I-20 that was parked at number 34 is the one that was used.
Ko Vereeniging
Is the one that was used in Vereeniging.
ba re file rege ya yona same car le same rege re di bone di tsena ko house number 34.
We were provided with the registration plate number, and the same car and the same registration was seen entering number 34.
Yes, what else?
Batho ba ba tseneng ka yona ba ile ba tsena ka gare ga V class ba tswa ka V class.
The people that drove in with the I-20 then disembarked the I-20, entered into the V class, and exited the number 34 in the V class.
Anything you'd like to add at this point, sir?
Ha ke tla re tse dingwe ge di tla nako e sepela ke tla gopela court ke di add.
For now, no, but as we move on and I recall some of the things, then I will ask the court and add.
No, sir. When you exercise the discretion to effect an arrest without a warrant, you must there and then form that discretion and comply with the jurisdictional requirements. So I'm not going to give you a get out of jail free card. You have to now tell me what you took into account to effect the arrest. And I want you to answer it. You're not later on going to add.
Awa mhlomphere ha nka wena decision ya gore o sena arrest warrant o lo swara batho tshwanetse gore go be le gona le di requirements go ya ka jurisdiction tso tshwanetse wena o di shumise o nke decision e o ya gore ke batla gore o mpolelle gona bjale gore ke eng di requirements tse wena tso di shumisitseng ka se o tloele gore o tla bua mo go yona ke batla o arabe gona bjale.
A karabe ke yona ke se tšeo ke file.
My answer is the one that I already gave you.
So it's those three issues. Let's break it down. Is the fact that the vehicle allegedly that was used at Vereeniging was seen entering into the premises at 34, correct?
Madam mabaka ke ntho tse tse tla ka tsona re le half a ke re dikhathe ka magare ya mathomo gore goloi e ba reng e ka ba ile involve mo molatong wa Vereeniging e bone e tsena mo go number 34 correct.
Second thing that you told the court is that the occupants got out of the I-20 and then got into the V class, as you put it, correct?
Ya bobedi go gore ba ne ba le ka gara yona koloi eo ba ile ba tswa mo koloing eo ba tsena ka magara V class go ya correct.
And the third point is that they then left the premises at 34 in the V class.
Ya boraro go gore ba ile ba tswa go number 34 ka V class go ja.
And that is your answer, correct?
Ke karabe ya go ja. Correct.
Now, I would be correct, sir, if I put it to you that from the vantage point any vantage point outside the yard of 34, nobody could see who entered that V-class vehicle. Correct?
Go tloga mo seemong se leng kantle ga number 34 a gona motho o na gona o bolela gore ke mang o tsenang ko koloing e feng ka jarateng go jwalo
go bjalo.
correct
So I'd like to move to the issue of the search that was then conducted at 34 Fifth Avenue.
jale ke tla rata gore re fetelle mo go search e leng ya diragala ko number 34 Fifth Road.
Road. Your evidence throughout was that before you entered that property, the reason why you were allowed to search the property was because you asked and were given permission, correct?
O ile re wena mo bohlatsing ba gago pele ga gore o searche mo number 34 o ile wa gopela ebile ba o letlella gore o searche number 34 go jwalo
Go bjalo.
correct
There was no other reason on your evidence throughout cross-examination that you preferred as to why you searched or you said you were entitled to search the property, correct?
a gona mo bohlatsing ba gago mo wena o la hlahisa gore go baneng lebaka
I
la
think
gore
we should just also refer to the evidence of Chief, where he specifically indicated that there was urgency. And
My
that
Lord,
he
please, if
believed
my
that-
learned friend wishes to object, you must please not give answers in the objection. You normally object because the question has got no basis in law or it's factually incorrect. You don't object and give an answer in your objection.
Mr. Rubin.
I'm just saying that it is not fair towards his witness and saying that he never raised other issues, other reasons why he searched that premises.
Ms. van der Heer.
My Lord, I stand by the way I put it. The evidence, the record will reflect very clearly his answer on each and every occasion as to why he effected the searches as he explained to the court.
Yes, I'll allow the question.
In fact, you went so far, sir, as to tell the court that even entering a room, you would then ask permission to go and enter and search the room, correct?
ebile wena o ile wa fitla mo o reng le camera ha le tsena ne le gopela permission ya gore le ka searcha go jwalo
Awa ya gore ka mora ne re gopela permission ke rile ne re tsena le ena ka dinako tsohle ne re dula rena le ena.
no I did not say room per room we were asking for permission I said we entered room per room with him in our presence.
Now, just to get the sequence correct of what transpired, and please, sir, I again want to warn you not to put or place evidence on record that you're not supposed to. On your version, you got permission to enter the yard, and I'm not going to deal at this point with how it happened. What did you search first upon entering the yard? Where did you go and effect the search? Let me ask you that.
Okay. Ke tlo gopela gore ha wa raba mo dikarabong tsa gago o ska be ya bohlatsi bo sa tshwanang gore ba gona mo khotse gona no o itse wena ha le tsena mo jarateng le kopa permission ya go search ya le gopela gore o mpolele gore le search le eng la mathomo ha le tsena jarateng le search le la mathomo
re thomile ka o setša jarata ka montle.
we started by searching the yard on the outside
mme ka sho ya gore ga gona motho a utameng ka mo jarateng.
to make sure that there isn't anyone hiding in the yard.
Sorry, let me just interrupt for a second. Is that the only reason why you searched the yard, to see if anybody's hiding there?
Ke lona fela lebaka la o searcha jarata o ra ona motho a go tileng jarateng.
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
So we now have you enter your first port of call, you search the yard to see if anybody's hiding. Where do you go next for a search?
Okay, la ntlha wa tsena jarateng le searcha jarata go bona gore ga ona motho a hutileng, and then e be se le ya kae.
Wile wa searcha around dikoloi, then ra mo kgopela gore a re bulele ka mo ntlong.
We searched around the cars, and then after we asked him to open the house for us.
Okay, so let's again just summarize. I don't want us to lose track of what you did. You enter the yard to see if anybody's hiding, so you search the whole yard. It's quite a big yard, correct?
Batla gore re khutlele morao re bone gore re nwetse ntho kaofela ke re go ska ba le ntho le re siang. La tsena jarateng la searcha jarata kaofela go ntšhišiša gore ga ona motho a hutileng jarateng ke jarate e kgolo ke
Go bjale.
correct.
The next place that you searched was around the cars, correct?
Then e be se le lo searcha ka go dikoloing go jwana.
A re searcha dikoloi, ne re no lebella fela ka mogare ga dikoloi.
We did not search the cars at the time, we searched around the cars.
He said that is exactly what I put to you. Your next search was conducted around the vehicles that were there, correct?
Ke seo ke se bolelang, e seng ka gara dikoloi mo dikoloi di leng around mo tsona.
Go bjale.
Correct.
And then you say you ask permission to now go and search inside the house, correct?
And then or wena also kopa permission ya gore di lo searcha go dikoloi.
Re mo kgopetse gore a tlo re bulele.
Yes, we asked him to come and open for us.
Ke try yona gana ka backroom e la gore ba iclearile pele re tsena ka mo ntlong.
I'm trying to think back about the back room, if the back room was cleared before we entered the main house.
Ke tla re ba e searcha ne ba lebella fela gore go na le motho ka mogare.
It was not searched, they just looked if there was anyone inside.
So let's just pause a little bit. So after you search around the cars, your evidence is you then move to the back rooms, correct?
Or wena ke le ka gore ke bona gore nna le wena ntse re sepela ka mokana rona. Or wena ka morao le check mo le mo dikoloing le ile la ilo checka mo room.
Mo backroom ile a re bulela yo.
Yes, the bedroom, he opened it for us.
But your evidence is, and that's the part I'm interested in, is you never searched inside the back rooms. You just peeked inside, correct?
Mara bohlatsi ba gago ke gore ha la searcha ka gara di bedroom. Le hlo di metsi fela ka gara di bedroom. Go jwana.
O butse monyako ra lebella gore ga gona motho, ge go sena motho monyako wa kwalwa. Then
He opened the door and then we looked in to see if there isn't anyone. If there wasn't anyone, and then we closed the door and we moved.
So the answer is no, we didn't search the back rooms, correct?
Bjale ke rebe ya gago ke aowa ha ra searcha di room.
go bjale.
Correct.
How many back rooms were there, sir?
Ke di bedrooms again.
Ke sa gopola ke ntho ya 20 ya sebakanyana 2024 ke sa gopola.
I cannot recall. This transpired a while back. 2024, I cannot remember.
So can I ask you at this point, because I've also noticed you often in chief as well as during cross-examination said, I can't recall, it's back in 24, it's a long time ago. When you're standing there today, what do you rely on as to give evidence? You know, your memory, where does that come from? Is it because you think back and you remember, or do you rely on your statement alone in order to tell the court what happened there?
Ke ile ka bona gore ha ne o ntse o fana ka bohlatsi ba go semelo o fana ka bohlatsi go na le mo gore nga ntho e etsagetse ka le nna ke sa go gopola ke 2024 le gona le go fetsa o tlhole gore ke batho tse ba gona no mo o leng o thušwa ke eng gore o kgone go gopola o ke ke monagano wa hao or o shebile mo statementeng sa gore se tla o thusa?
gone jwale ke dependa go monagano wa ka fela
Now I'm only depending on my memory.
a ke so kry statement sa ka ba so nthuše ka sone
I haven't received my statement yet to refresh myself.
But you read your statement before you gave evidence, sir, of course.
Marula se bala statement sa hao pele gore o simolole o neelane ka botlhatsi ba gago.
ke ile ka se bala
Yes, I did.
And is it your evidence, am I to understand, that if things are not contained in your statement, you're thinking back, and then whatever you think might have happened, that is what you would then add to your evidence?
Ke tlhaloganyo ya ka gore se seong mo statementeng sa hao wena o gopolela morao gore se ka ba se etsagetse ga e ba se etsagetse ke moo o tlo arabang.
go bjalo
Correct.
Now, let's move on. You asked permission and you now search the house on the inside. Why?
A re boele morao la kopa permission gore a lebile ko ntlong la searcha ko ntlong gobaneng.
go setša dilo tše ba ka bago ba di šomišitše a ke re ba re ke se ka di bitša ka maina tše ba ka bago ba di šomišitše go commita crime ya ko ferenageng
Reason for searching was to look for the things, because I was told not to mention them, to look for the things that might have been used to commit a crime in Vereeniging.
ke tla no re section 20 articles
I would just say section 20 articles.
le go kry-a kia ya I-20 ya tlhalošitšeng gore e ka mo ntlong
And also to find the key for the I-20, because he explained that it was inside the house.
Okay,
le
let's just
lengwe la lebaka ke gore re tlhole gore a gona motho ka mo ntlong na
Another reason was also to check if there wasn't anyone else in the house.
Now, can we just confirm the key for the I-20 was not in the possession of accused number 1 when you searched him, correct?
I will confirm. Key ya I-20. Neisi ya kumagana nelo wa mathomo gane umsecha. Kujwa.
go bjalo
Correct?
Now, so tell the Honourable Court, what does the Criminal Procedure Act say? When you conduct a search inside somebody's house, and let's just deal with inside somebody's house, how are you supposed to conduct that search? Please just tell the court.
Yeah, gopela gore hlalosetse court gore Criminal Procedure Act e reng ha wena o searcha ka gara ntlo ya motho o tshwanetse gore o searche yang.
ke ya gore o santse o setša ka tlhompho o tshware dilo tša motho botse
It says that you must search the house with respect and handle the property or items that are in the house carefully.
Yes, anything else?
le gore ge o fetše o setša o try gore o butšhetše dilo ka mokgwa o di kry-ileng di le ka gone
And that after searching, you need to put back things as you found them.
While I'm on the topic of what the Criminal Procedure Act says, what is the criminal... Okay, wait, let me leave that for now. Did you conduct the search in this fashion you just told the court you're supposed to do it in?
Yeah, search lona li dirile ka tsela e wena o fetsa o hlalosa gore o tshwanetse go dira ka nka yona.
ke tla re ne ke sa thaba ge ba ba fetše o setša ka mokgwa ne ba setša ka gone
I would say I was not satisfied about how, when they were done searching, about how they were searching.
Why?
Hobaneng?
ne ba re ge ba kry-a tše dingwe tša di-item ba sa bušetše dilo ka mokgwa ne di le ka gona.
Because when they discover some items, they were not putting back whatever that they discovered the item from as it was before.
Ene ke ile ka ba tlhalošetša gore a se ka mokgwa ba santse go dira dilo ka gona.
And I did explain to them that's not how they're supposed to do things.
And we know, because you repeatedly said so, that was your operation. You were in charge. You were the commanding officer. You were the person that were giving orders on the day, correct?
Na gape a ke re ra itse gobane wena no ntse o bueletsa gore wena no le le operation ya gago wena no dile operation ke wena no fana ke instructions ke wena no le commander mo operation
E bjalo.
correct.
Now, so let me just quickly complete. So after you now search the house, where do you go next?
Ka morago gore le fetse o search ntlo le ile kae?
Re ra tšwela ka ntle.
We then went outside again.
Re ile ra tswala ntlo ra emela
We closed the door and waited. We closed the house and waited.
ke a opola re ge re fetše go tswalela ka ba ke batamela mola koloing ke thomo checka koloi registration e le go mo disking le VIN number e le go mo festereng.
I can recall after the house was closed, I then got closer to the car and looked at the car, the registration plate and the registration that was on the disc.
Le VIN number e le go mo body.
And the VIN number that's on the body of the car.
So, did you go and search the vehicles? Because there was not only one vehicle. You told the court yesterday there were 3 vehicles. Did you search the vehicles after you left the house?
O ile wa ya or le la ela ilo search dikoloi gobane maobane o tsene o na le koloi tse 3 ya ke le la di search koloi tseo.
Ka nako eo a ra di searcha re di checkile fela gore a di a utswiwa or bjang.
At the time, we did not search them. We just checked if they were not stolen or something of that nature.
And after you made your checks now, did you then search the vehicles?
Ka morago re le check e be se le search.
Awa zanke re searcha koloi.
No, we do not search the car.
Why?
Gobane?
Not at that point.
Gobane ni sa search ka nako.
Ne ke setse ke tseba gore ge koloi e involve ko shooting e tlo checkiwa batho ba di fingerprint ba dula ba re gopela gore se ka tempera le koloi re tlo shebotlatsa.
Because I already knew that when a car is involved in a shooting, the people that
From LCRC.
From the people that come from LCRC always alert us not to touch the car to avoid tampering with evidence that's in the car.
So let's just stop there. So in other words, on your evidence, you waited for the LCRC to come and in their presence, the vehicle was searched. Is that your evidence?
Or wena le le la emela ba LCRC gore ba fitlhe ha se ba fitlhile be le search koloi se ba le gona.
A searcha ke rena koloi e searcha ke bona.
Car is not searched by us, it's searched by them.
Can you recall, so let me ask you this. When the LCRC arrived at this property at number 34, what is the first thing they did?
Well, ba LCRC ha ne ba fitla go number house 34. Ke eng ntho ya mathomo ba e dirile?
A ke tsebe gore o balala gore dumediša le go botšiša gore why re ba biditše or a procedure ya gore ba thama processa ko kae.
I'm not sure if you also want me to include them greeting us and informing us that they're from LCRC, or you're only talking about and the reason why we call them to the scene, or you only want me to talk about the procedure and where they started processing?
Yes, I want to know what the first, let me go before we get there, but maybe just so that we all follow. Who was the crime scene manager at the time that the LCRC arrived?
Kana go no fitla ba ga LCRC crime scene manager ne le mang?
Who was the crime scene
a ba kry-ile nna.
They found me.
Di-member tsa organised crime ba fitlhile few minutes after LCRC e fitlhile.
Members from organized crime arrived a few minutes after LCRC arrived.
Now, but you, according to your evidence now, you designated yourself the crime scene manager. Am I correct?
Bjale go ya ka seo ke tlo se bolela gona nong wena o la ikgetha gore o tlo ba crime scene manager go jwang?
Awa zanke te kgetha.
No, I did not designate myself.
But so who was the crime scene manager, please, at the time when LCRC arrived?
Ke mang-
Somebody must have taken charge of the crime scene there at number 34.
ke mang le crime scene manager ha o fitlha ba ga LCRC o na le motho o la tshwanela gore a re a ena ke tla sheba dilo mo scening e pele gore ba LCRC ba fitlhe ke mang o ba mo fumaneng le yena crime scene manager ha le ba fitlhe.
Ba kry-ile nna le di-member tse ding.
They found me and other members.
So I'm going to ask you the question again in case you didn't understand it. Who was the crime scene manager when LCRC arrived?
Tlo botšiša gape ga e ba wa tlhaloganya ke mang ne le crime scene manager ga ne LCRC e fitlha ko crime scene ya number 34?
Ke nna.
Me.
Can you please, I assume my little friend is the docket with it. Can you please produce for me the logs, the attendance register that logs who came in and went out of that crime scene on the particular day, on the 17th of April, when you took charge of the crime scene?
O pele gore o mbontshe attendance register e no e ngwala fase wena gore o bone o bontshe gore ke mang o fitlile go crime scene ke mang o sepetse go crime scene kana go mang.
Ne ke sena register nako ya.
At the time I did not have a register with me.
Ke na le record ya gore go fitlhile Sergeant Mohale wa provincial LCRC.
I have a record that Sergeant Mohale from provincial LCRC arrived.
Is it your evidence, in other words, sir, that this, you cannot provide this honourable court with an attendance register reflecting who went in and out of that crime scene, or let me put it, make it simple, the property, number 34, 5th Road on that day?
Bjale gore wena ha ona register e bontshang gore di tsene la tswa mo jarateng ya number house 34.
Ne go sena batho ba tsena ba itswa scene ne re securile.
There was no one coming in and out, the scene was secured.
Motho a tlile go tsena after re feditse go searcha ke member ya LCRC e leng Sergeant Mohale.
The only person that came in after we searched the property is a member from LCRC, Sergeant Mohale.
No, but sir, that is not entirely correct. Because that property was entered by yourself and a number of other people, policemen. Am I correct?
Mara ha se nnete felletseng eo hobane jarateng eo ho tsene wena le maloko a mang a sepodisa go jwalo.
A ke tsebe gore councilor na nyaka list ya batho ba ba le mo le jarateng ba searcha or o ra ifeng kana ga no batho ba itla ba tsena ba itswa a ke tsebe gore na account a rena peng ba operation or
I'm not sure if council wanted a list of everyone that came to the property in house number 34, because when you say an attendance register for people that were coming in and out, I'm not sure if you're only talking about the police or who else are you talking about?
Sir, I'm asking you. Well, I put it to you actually, that your evidence is not correct. There was a number of people, and whether it's now police or other or security, that went in and out of the yard at number 34 on the day in question. Correct?
Nna ke re mo wena ka lona tsatsi leo ka ntle le maphodisa go na le batho ba bang ba ile ba tsena ba tswa mo le LCRC mo le ko number 34 go jwalo.
di paramedic ke a opola le di paramedic ne di le gona mo lasening a ke tsebe le tsona le bona maina bona ke na le ona mo diary.
Yes, the paramedics were also at the property at number 34. I have their names in the diary.
So now, can answer the question. There was a number of police officers and people that went in and out of that yard at number 34. Yes or no?
kgopela gore wa rabe putšišo ya ka gona le nomoro ya batho ne ba tsena ba tswa ka gara jarata e le ya number 34 ea goba aowa
Ee.
yes
When did you, as the person in charge, designate the property situated at number 34 on Fifth Road a crime scene on that day?
bjale ke neng mo wena o le a kgetha batho ba tshwanetse e be bona ba o thusang mo jarateng ya number 34
Ke kgopela bušeletše question.
may you please repeat your question
When did you designate the property situated at 34 Fifth Road as a crime scene on the 17th of April?
o ke neng mo wena o ile wa kgetha gore number 34 wa kgetha gore number 34 go 5th road ke crime scene ka di 17 tsa April 2024
A re fetso kry-a koloi le kia ya yona.
after we discovered the car and the car keys or its car keys
Ya ke tla re ke
So your evidence is clear that before that moment, that property was not a crime scene, correct?
bjale ke botlhatsi ba ga gore pele ka yona nako eo number 34 no e so be crime scene
ke nnete.
correct
Now, the standing orders is quite clear, am I correct, at the moment? A place is designated as a crime scene, it needs to be cordoned off immediately. A crime scene manager needs to take charge of the crime scene, and at that point, there needs to be a logbook or an attendance register kept signing in who goes in, who comes out, and the time they go in and the time they go out at all relevant times, correct?
o dumelelana le nna gore go ya ka molao wa lona wa sephodisa gore ka nako eo lefelo se le boniwa linkiwa ya ka crime scene go tshwanetse gore go be le batho ba itlo ba LCRC ba tlo bitsang gore ba thushe mo ebile o tshwanetse gore go be le register or logbook e tlo ngwalang gore ke mang o leng ka scening ke mang o tswang scening ke mang o tsenang scening go jwang
Ne ke sa itsebe national instruction eo, but ke a tseba gore crime scene ge o fetso declare pleke gore ke crime scene wa secure o bitša batho ba ba relevant ba tlo attend.
I was not aware of that it's a national what
National instruction ya a bolelang.
I was not aware of that national instruction that you're talking about. All I know is that once a place is declared a crime scene, you're supposed to secure it and then you summon the relevant personnel to come and assist you at the scene.
So can you
Sorry,
explain?
Counsel, can I just say to you, I think to be fair to the witness, when you refer to a standing order, would you perhaps maybe be kind enough to direct his attention directly to the standing order that you are referring to so that both yourself and the witness are not at cross purposes?
I will do so, my lord, but I first, with the greatest of respect, wish to test his knowledge on processes and his knowledge on the relevant standing orders before
Well-
I show him anything.
Well,
Because
I
as
must
a
say to
police,
you, I must say to you, Counsel, this court is of the view that it's unfair because you could be referring to a specific standing order and the witness could be thinking about something else. If you are saying it authoritatively that this is what a standing order says, then I cannot see any reason as to why it cannot be presented directly to witnesses and say, here's the standing order I'm showing you now. Explain to me, what do you have to say about it?
I hear your lordship, I will deal with it then as follows, with, of course, the proviso that I am entitled to test his knowledge on certain issues pertaining to his work.
You see, if the...
I will move on from this point
but
at this
hold on,
point.
hold on. The witness has said to you, I am not aware of the national instructions you're talking about. That's what he's saying. it should flow logically therefrom to then present him the national instruction that you're talking about and say, well, here's the instruction. And I don't want us now to deal with an issue and then leave it hanging in the air on the understanding that we're going to come back at a later stage. I would prefer that if there's an issue that we need to deal with, let's deal with it and finalize it and move on to the next issue.
Lord, I did not bring it with because, to be honest, I'm quite surprised that the witness says he doesn't know about such a standing
Yes.
order. I would expect a police officer with the rank of a captain to know certain standing orders off by heart, because that's what expected of a policeman.
I think I shall give you a few moments to try and lay your hands on it, and as soon as you lay your hands on it, then we'll take it from there. The court is going to take a short adjournment. Thank you.
That's a good thing.
Thank you. The court's going to take a short adjournment. I'll return as soon as we are ready to proceed again. Thank you.
All right.
The court will take a short adjournment.
Sleep. Uncle it. Uncle it. Next week. Mufo next week.
I'll
So much.
My Lord, I could not lay my hands on it yet. I've got it at home. As I said, I've given Your Lordship the reasons why I didn't bring it with. I'll bring it on Monday, obviously, to continue with this line. The question now is...
Sorry, 1 second. So you want to park this aspect?
I will park this aspect, my Lord, but this was basically now leading on to questions I intended to ask regarding the crime scene itself and LCRC's involvement and this witness's information to them. So I don't know what Your Lordship's view is on whether whether I can, as I said, can continue with those issues.
Are you able to move on to a different aspect, or is it going to interrupt?
It's going to be
interrupt the flow
it
of your
will
cross-examination?
interrupt. I think Your Lordship has seen I've got a very specific process that I'm currently following, and I'm now at the point where I'm moving to what is linked to what I've just dealt with at this point in time.
Then I think under those circumstances we are unable to proceed.
Yes, I think my understanding was that at 1 o'clock we were in any case going to adjourn. I don't know if somebody said, if I understood it correctly.
I think that was just a vicious rumor.
Oh, then
Vicious.
But can I just perhaps maybe just sound a word of advice and caution to counsel? That during the course of these proceedings, whenever counsel indicates that something is trite, or that the SCA has said something, or the Constitutional Court has said something, or there's an instruction or whatever it is, it will be highly appreciated that it can be produced immediately. The challenge with that is the witness or the court or any other party could be belaboring under a different impression from the counsel who's on their feet at that point in time. And so that if there's, just to avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, if we can just have those documents produced immediately, then we can apply our mind to it and deal with it. The court has listened to Ms. van der Heever. So just to put matters in perspective, there was a question that came during the course of cross-examination to the witness, Captain Sekobela, regarding a standing order. It was put to him that there is a standing order of the South African Police Services which clearly defines and sets out crisply what is required in respect of the movement of persons to and from a crime scene, and that to that extent the crime scene manager, being Captain Sekobela in this instance, is to have kept a proper and a detailed register setting out who entered and who left and managed the crime scene. The witness then responded and indicated that he was not aware of the instruction, the national instruction you're talking about, and having listened to the response of the witness, and also the court obviously not being favored with that information, deemed it important and necessary in the interests of justice and for the record to reflect properly, and that there are no grey areas here which can be subsequently complained about at a later stage in the proceedings. The court was of the view to grant counsel for accused number 3 the opportunity to be able to lay a hands on the instruction. The matter was accordingly then stood down for a few moments in order for counsel to be able to lay a hands on the document. Upon resumption, the court has been informed that the document is not at hand, but Ms. van der Heever will obviously require time to retrieve it from her chambers or her residence, and it will only be able to be done on Monday, the 3rd day of August 2026. The court, having noted that we still have some time for the remainder of the day, invited counsel to perhaps maybe move on to a different aspect and to park this aspect for the time being, so as for us not to unnecessarily not use up remaining court hours for today. However, Ms. van der Heever has indicated that she's got a specific method in the manner in which she's conducting a cross-examination, and that she would particularly require this document to be at hand as she is developing an argument and many other aspects and instances that will come through in the cross-examination flow directly from this particular document. In the circumstances, it is clear on any interpretation of what has been placed on record that this matter will not be able to continue further for the remainder of the day due to the fact that this document is not before the court, and accordingly, having carefully considered the interests of justice enjoyed by both the parties in this court, it is important that the court accede to the request made by Ms. van der Heever. In the circumstances, the accused may then rise. The application by Ms. van der Heever for the standing down of the matter until Monday is accordingly granted. Sorry, I didn't invite the parties to make any comment, but I think just having looked at your expressions, I think you've given consent to the court. Good. Thank you. Are we in agreement that we're going to go to Monday? Captain Sekobela, sir, are you available on Monday?
I will be available.
Thank you most kindly. Counsel, are we in order, Mr. Hassan?
No objection, thank you.
Mr. Provier?
Yes,
Ms. van der Heever, are we okay for Monday?
Yes.
Thank you most kindly. The accused may rise. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to repeat on record again now for the purposes of the adjournment the reason as to why we're letting the matter stand down, but I think you've basically followed the reason, and the reason simply being that we are awaiting a document to give Ms. van der Heever the opportunity to lay a hand on the document. In the circumstances, your matter then is postponed back to the High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, Johannesburg, sitting here at the High Court, Johannesburg Court 4F, to Monday, the 3rd day of August 2026 at 09:30 or soon thereafter as the matter shall be heard. Accused number 1, 2, and 3, gentlemen, you are in custody. You shall remain in custody until then. Accused number 4 and 5, ladies, you are on bail. Your bail is extended according to the same conditions as previously. The state witness, Captain Sekobela. You are also, sir, warned to return to the High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, Johannesburg Court 4F on Monday, the 3rd day of August 2026 at 09:30 or soon thereafter as the matter shall be heard, and to remain in attendance until you are excused. Failure for you to return and or to remain in attendance may result in the state applying for a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Understand, my lord?
May I ask that my client just stays for a while? I need to take certain instructions for documents that's due elsewhere.
No problem. To the officials that are responsible for taking the accused up and down to the cells, could you please allow the accused to remain in court in order that they may be able to properly consult with their legal representatives? Good. Is there any other issue or any other matter that needs the court's attention?
Nothing else?
Good. Excellent. Thank you so much. The court then, having no further order of business, is going to take the adjournment. Thank you, Council. Have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday.
All right.
Good. The court takes the adjournment. Thank you.
Niet verdwijnen.